Welcome back to a big show, by the way. Kevin Durant has a new teammate in Bradley Beal. He also went to bat for some old teammates, Kyrie and Harden, in a Twitter exchange with his friend Eddie Gonzalez. Here he is on Harden, one of the most influential in the history of the game. It's insane. Nobody sees it. And here he is on, actually, Kyrie and Russ, 3 old teammates. Inspired a whole generation. They don't ever get credit for it. I thought it was very nice. I don't totally know if it made sense. I thought it was nice. Brew,
it was nice. Call me nobody, because I don't see how James Harden's one of the most influential players. Now, one of the greatest players? Sure. You guys know, I've always said James Harden is one of those unique players, one of the few players who I think is an all-time elite scorer and all-time elite playmaker. Like, he was great as a point guard for Brooklyn. And I thought this year, he's older, he's not quite himself, but he led the league in assists. Yeah. He is a very good point guard. So James Harden is an all-time great. I don't know how in the world he's influenced the game. When I think of who influenced the game in this generation, I'm thinking LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Nikola Jokic. And if you want to throw in Durant
Jokic influenced the game?
Yeah, because people are going to start following a big man that can bring it up court and do all the things he does. You could say KD, although you probably say Dirk instead of KD, because maybe, Dirk was before KD, but a 7-footer shooting like that. But I don't see the influence of James Harden.
So let's stay on Harden, and then we can get to the Kyrie and Russ one. I totally see what he's saying. I think James Harden, they didn't get over the finish line as a champion. But what Harden and Morey in Houston teaming up to do the self-realized threes and layups and free throws offense.
I'll buy that.
That did, and you needed James Harden's.
That was Mike D'Antoni.
Well, that
That's
was
his
no, because I was there, and I'm not trying to say I was there, so I know it. But when Kevin McHale was the coach, they were doing it. They did it more with Mike D'Antoni when he was there as well. But the Harden's specific skill set of being able to draw the fouls, the step-back three, which I think he popularized more so than any other player, all of that influenced it. Now, you can argue a lot of it influenced in a bad way, to where the league is not as aesthetically pleasing if you like the mid-range, and the league had to step in and be like, these jabroni fouls of, like, hooking a guy and the unnatural stuff. They changed the rules. But no, I don't think that's what he's talking about. But I do think Harden is a wildly influential player on a with an influential style.
The only thing I see that you said that he's influenced is the step back. And he's not obviously the originator of that, but he's one of the greatest players to do it. I don't think the fouling, I don't see that as being everybody's trying to do that. And the three, like I said, I would give more credit to D'Antoni for that style of play than Harden.
Well, I mean,
Harden had to execute.
And so, listen, I do think that there are players far greater than James Harden who I think have had far less influence on the style of basketball that is played and the prevalence of, he was, if you look back on that run in Houston, he was shooting 10-plus threes and taking 10-plus free throws a game. We'd never seen someone do it.
But who's playing like Harden? Who do you see that's
every kid
trying to play like Harden? Like Harden?
Yeah, someone explained to me, that's like when we were growing up, Brew, I'm going to put you and I in the same age bracket. The goal of basketball was to get past the guy. And then at a certain point, it changed to just getting space and going the opposite direction. Rather than going past, I'm going backwards. And then the other question I have for you is this. Who do you consider the father of the Euro step? Like, if you go out on the court right now.
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
But I think
the
Harden,
grandfather, but Harden made it.
Yes.
The thing.
I agree.
But I think Ginobili, I say Ginobili.
Ginobili is I'd say the originator, but Harden almost perfected it. He didn't perfect it, but you know what I mean? He did it at such a more prolific level. Go ahead.
No, it's when you spin forward to Kyrie and Russ.
Exactly right. So I am a Kyrie, I don't want to say critic, I guess is the fair word. You know what I mean? I have been
more as a marionette.
But oh yeah, that's right. He called me a puppet. I'm sorry, I didn't get it. But I do think these guys get credit, and I do think there's a generation of kids that look at them as icons, bro.
I think they're legitimate icons.
Yeah, so I don't know I don't think what KD has wrong here is that he inspired a whole generation. I think what he has wrong here is they don't get credit for it. Like, I'm not sure what he's looking for. Like, they both had signature shoes. They were both, you know what I mean, some of, in popular culture, some of the most talked about players of their generation. Kyrie hasn't gotten the awards, but he hasn't earned the awards. No one would be like, I should have won MVP that year. Like, that hasn't happened. So I agree with the first part of this, but I don't understand the second part.
I think Kyrie's inspiration comes off the court. And I don't mean the controversies, but the great things he's done charitably. Like, in December, we put $22,000 in a college student's GoFundMe account because she needed to finish college. So I think things like that, and he's done many more. People see that. People see him, whether you disagree with him or not, people see him as a guy that is thoughtful and cares about people outside of basketball and things outside of basketball. I think that's inspiring. On the court, I think he's, and you guys know, I think he's a Hall of Famer, but I think he's more of a cautionary tale, though, as far as, like, he's lost tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah, but on the court, don't you think you see
the handle
and the layup package? To me, kids try to emulate.
Well, he's the best I think he's the best ball handler in NBA history, but he's, I would say, more inspirational. Like, he even got a lot of that from And One. And I think kids look at And One mixtapes. Kyrie's done it better than anybody, and even the finishing. Again, I'm going Rod Strickland, and Kyrie got a lot of it from him.
Isn't that his godfather?
Yeah, I think.
What proof can I give you?
I don't know if people are looking at
Is he the best below the rim finisher ever?
Arguably, he's certainly in that.
He's got the best handle, and most kids, we're talking about especially kids, can't dunk.
Right.
Yeah.
So there he is.
Yeah, I think Katie's
inspirational.
Right on
this. Yeah. I don't see how Russ. I mean, Russ. The thing about Russ was he played so hard.
Yeah.
But he's not the first player to play so hard.
He is.
So, according to KD and you, he is.
Ben Simmons back in the lab. That's not a good deal. Come on. Whoa.
We're going
yawning
to see
on the bench.
Great.
I thought we were showing Instagram.
Are we going to see it? Yeah.
Instagram. There we go. That's much better.
He looking muscular. I give him that.
There's a lot of too.
It's not a hoop
Dusty, that's the body I want. When you put me in the cowboy
guy
hat.
on his knee or Ben Simmons?
Yeah,
Ben Simmons.
Oh, okay.
Ben Simmons.
Minding my business, working my ass off, chop wood and carry water. Zen Buddhism saying. So, you're what?
I don't want to hear from Ben until you're playing basketball. Because it wasn't like he missed the whole season, right? He played 42 games. He averaged 6, 6, and 6. All right? I don't know if he's done it this offseason, but all these off seasons in the past where he's shooting J's and he's stepping back, shooting threes over who knows who he's playing against, there is a mental block still with him during NBA games. Because even going back to Philadelphia, there are people that would tell you he would shoot jumpers and look okay doing it. But then in the game, he was afraid to shoot. And I don't think it's to the point where it was a year ago, but it still is a factor for him, I believe. And until I see him go out there and let it all hang out and play up to his potential, I don't want to see stuff like this. Just show me, don't tell me.
All right, so 2 points. One is, I do believe that was the very first time Wildes has ever cursed on the show, so I will remember this show for that and for Brew becoming a Clippers fan again. I know you were reading a quote. I know, but I don't. You usually, you usually say something else, so I will remember that. Mark it in the time capsule. Here's the other thing. Do you guys remember the last time we talked about Ben Simmons on the show? Because it was Instagram related. It was when the Sixers lost. Remember?
Oh yeah, he had his off-kilter television.
Yeah, exactly.
He was watching the game.
That tweet is why I can't give him credit for this tweet.
Why?
The whole minding my, like, oh guys, don't mind me. I'm blocking out the noise. I'm going because there was some internet. There's another thing that was talked about this week was some internet, sleuths saying that a previous Instagram picture of him was artificially enhanced to make him look more muscular. So I think maybe this is in response to that. But you hadn't been minding your business, man. You don't play, and you take trollish shots
I like it.
at the Sixers. You like it?
Well,
how can you like
pick one?
it?
Pick, hey, Ben, you need to get your confidence back. Start on Instagram.
Oh, that's a sign of confidence.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm with
Talk
it.
trash to Joel
If
Embiid.
he's going to
Now
come
you're
out and ball, I am totally with
he
it.
doesn't.
Tweet away. Post away.
What I am worried about, I have the opposite take of you. I follow Ben Simmons, and I'm waiting for those basketball shots, basketball videos,
Right.
and they haven't been out. It's him tying his shoes. It's him lifting kettlebells. It's him with his trainer with rubber bands. You know how I feel about those training rubber bands.
Yeah.
I want to see straight up basketball. Straight up basketball.
Okay.
And until I see it, I still think there's a block there.
Yeah.
Real basketball.
I don't think
Call
we
Chris
have
Brickley.
much evidence that Ben Simmons enjoys playing basketball that much. And I think that combined with the mental block is made him a non-player. Like I don't know the people. I still believe in Ben Simmons. Of course not. Right. I know it sounds mean. I know it sounds harsh. But I mean, he has, I think, opted into this path, and
I'm rooting for him.
Agreed.
I've seen a lot of pictures.
I think we're all rooting for him.
Well, do you know he has a Labradoodle?
Oh, that's on his Instagram?
Yes, I see a lot of them.
Okay.
you see more of Ben Simmons' Instagrams than Bruce sees of your tweets. That's a fact.
That's true. But I follow you now. I just followed you. Can't wait to.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.